what's up, guys? This is Charlie with Elite Savage. I wanted to come by and give you guys a little deck profile. It's a Tri-Brigade profile. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to it. Alright, guys, so without further ado, this is the deck profile. So firstly, we start off with 3 Fractal. Fractal is the combo start of the deck. It pretty much sets up your graveyard. And then, you start blowing and going with it. Next, we play the 2 Tri-Brigade Kit. Tri-Brigade Kit is also a combo starter. All you gotta do is pretty much normal summon her, and then start milling and start searching. And yeah, so it's pretty good. You gotta start, normal summon and then link it away with, the link summon of choice. And then next we play the 3 Nerval. Nerval is pretty much the rotor of the deck. And yeah, this is pretty much the card that's gonna want to get negated. So so 3 is really good. And then next I play the 2 Karis. Karis I played at 2, and I am stubborn to play it at 2 because it doesn't have any graveyard effects. And usually I would search. This is the card that I would search with Nerval, because its in hand effect is really it comes in clutch sometimes, because it just reduces the normal your normal summon. You just keep special summoning, and then from there just play your Zodiac combos. And so yeah, next that's what we're playing. Is the next package is the 3 of, which is the Mando, the Zoo package. It's so clutch, man. The fact, like I was stating earlier, the fact that you can get this deck going and not even normal summon is really impressive. And then you just dominate with that Zoo combo, because it has various utilities. You can set up just your basic Dryden play, or you can go for Zeus, and also you can go into even bigger plays with your Tri-Brigade cards in the Zodiacs. And then lastly, for the next package that I play is the Mist Epix Avion and the Bear statue. It's really good. Sometimes I really don't like drawing it, and that it does happen. But there's the Tri-Brigade Link monster that helps you unclutter your hand, or just lets you put it back. So I mean, it's not the end of the world if you draw it. And then next I play the 3 Ash. Ash is one of the only hand traps right now that I think I have. Well, the only hand trap that I have room to play in this deck. I think it's still a great hand trap in this format. So definitely this is a Mando. I play that's enough for the monsters. I play for spells. I play Fire Formation Tenki. This card is really good. It gets everything started with because you can search Fractal and of course your Zoo combo. And then also one thing that I would notice that I would forget in tournament is that this card does boost your monsters. And so in time, you can poke for that 100 and then sit on Zeus and then hope that they don't have anything, and then just kind of like interrupt their boards, and then that'll help you win game. So yeah, I think that effect sometimes gets slept on. I play the 2 Desires. I don't play 3 because I don't always like resolving this going first, because I want to see that bird. And I don't want to banish it. It'll just be kind of counterproductive. So yeah, I played the 1 Zodiac Barrage. Again, this deck special summons a lot, and the fact that you can also spam out your Zodiacs without normal summoning is freaking awesome. I think that this deck is just it has a lot of versatility and a lot of one card combos. Not necessarily 1 card combo starters, but 2 card combo starters, and then just additional stuff. For overextending. I play the 1 Cowboy. I really hope that this card gets some love in the next ban list, because man, I get hit with hand traps so often. I have to play around it. I have to bait my opponent out a lot, so that I can guarantee to end up with at least some kind of decent board with like a Revolt or something, or maybe next I play the Foolish Burial. If I have a dead hand, Foolish Burial definitely comes in clutch. And yeah, hopefully they don't hand trap that, but it's very likely. Enough for the spells. Next I play the 3 Tri-Brigade Revolt. Tri-Brigade Revolt is hands down the best card in the deck. I mean, it's so good. The fact that you can pretty much special summon from either the graveyard or the banished pile is ridiculous, and you're not targeting. There's if they try to call by or DD Crow or something like that, it'd be a waste of a hand trap for them, because it's not targeting. You could just pick another card. And I was thinking, you know, this card has potential to get hit. But I can honestly tell you that if they hit this card, it really won't affect the performance of the deck, because this deck has so much that it can do. This card pretty much just guarantees that you banish a card on the field. And also, and that's the thing about it, like the chains that it creates is pretty awesome, and then you get to restack your hand for the next turn. I mean, it's busted. This card is definitely the best. I play 3 IDP. This is pretty much like another Revolt without the special summoning. And let's be honest, we're not really the whole point to play Revolt is to banish. So the fact that you can do that again with Ice Dragon's Prison and non-target and get over really problematic monsters, I think is super clutch. If you have the money to invest into this card, or if you have the right people, you know, to sponsor you, definitely try to pick up a set of this. And hashtag no face cam girl. Shout out to him. Yeah, IDP, super clutch. It wins me games. I'm not joking. Next, I play the 2 Trap Trick. Trap Trick is really good, but I don't find it helpful to run it at 3. Once you resolve one, you know, there's no point to having the other one in hand when it could be something else, you know. Because besides Revolt, Ice Dragon Prison, and the next card that I play on my list are primarily the only targets that I play. And sometimes when I do Demise, you know, I banish a lot of those cards. So then Trap Tricks becomes a dead card in my hand or on field, and so you have to take into account, you know, what kind of space you have in your deck. So yeah, Trap Tricks at 2. Sound Strike at 2. I think it's a really good card still. It gets over things such as hand traps, and that's pretty much what I have to go against as a primarily wanting to go first player. So yeah, Sound Strike is super clutch. And for the last target for Trap Tricks is Infinite Impermanence. Impermanence, I think, is still a very good trap card. The only downside and the only thing I don't like is that it targets. So, I mean, there's certain cards that aren't affected by it. But it's still really good for the occasional Verde or the Fanfear and etc. I mean, it's still a good card in this meta. And lastly, the Monkey Flip is Imperial Order. Once you resolve your first Tenki, I think that it's pretty much against certain cards, it's pretty much an auto win, or at least a really grindy game for them. It's proven to, for me, in my experience, it's proven to be a very dominating card. So yeah, one Imperial Order. That's enough for the main deck. For the for the extra deck, I play the 1 Almirage. Almirage is pretty much the card that, if I only have a kit in hand, lets me go into my deck and search extra things, which is usually would be Fractal, because I'm trying to load my graveyard and search something. But yeah, I play one of those. Next, I play the Double Dragon Lord. Double Dragon Lord is super clutch, and it's the one card in my deck that can really outwinda. Like I stated earlier, all it takes is pretty much 1 Fractal, and you load your graveyard, and then you just do 1 normal summon, and then activate that card's effect. Hope to God they don't have any hand traps to negate it. You banish your cards for cost, special summon Double Dragon Lords, and then just target one of your cards on the field, and bye Winda. So it outs Winda, and then you could just go on with your combos from there. It's pretty busted. Definitely easy to make. The 1 Farragut, I wish this was Starlight, but I'm not rich. I'm not rich like that. But maybe one day. The Farragut is really good. I only play it at 1. I think it's only good. Well, not only good at 1, but I think in my build, it definitely doesn't hurt that I only play it at 1. Like I was stating earlier, it takes that one annoying berry statue or the avian out of my hand and puts it on the back of my deck, and I get to get another possible hand trap or another trap that can help me for the next turn. So Farragut is definitely great, and I only have room to play that one. I play the new Beer Drum. It's such a good card, and I only play that one. And if again in this build I don't have a lot of room in my extra deck, but honestly, if I resolve one kit, one Beer Drum, I'm good. I think that I'm good because when you successfully summon this card, if you special summon it with Tri-Brigade Revolt, when it leaves the field, you get to search again. You get to search for the other one, and so at that point, it's like it just reoccurs itself. And if I am wrong about that ruling, feel free to comment. But I've done it, and so far nobody's said anything about it. So I mean, yeah, it's to my knowledge, you get to search again when it leaves the field. So it's busted. It's busted, and it's okay at one. It's okay in my build. Honestly, it works for me. So the Rugel's good. One is good. And the Ominous Omen, the best card in the extra deck. It's super good. The fact that you can banish without targeting is busted, and it's a 3K beater. It's not too hard to get off the field, and it also has a graveyard effect that you can search, based on how many cards you have in your banish pile. It's pretty busted. The one Simorph, this card is so busted. The fact that I could do it every turn. So again, this one can essentially let me just loop my Avian from hand to field, until either one of us wins or Simorph flips the field. It's really good. Yeah, it just stops. It's really powerful against a lot of decks. I play the Bow Goddess. I can't stress how easy it is to make this card in this deck. It's such an MVP, and the best part about it is that you could just link it off after you use the negates. So yeah, it's a busted card, and this accompanied by this, and you can do this going first. You can do an Appaloosa and a Simorph first turn. It's beautiful. And the last link I play is Access Code Talker. I gotta go for game, man. I have to try to push for game. This deck does control and it does grind, but ain't nobody got time for that. So next is the XYZ package. I play the one Chaka 9. Chaka 9 is pretty much super clutch. The Broadbow, I play the one Dryden. RIP in the OCG, was it? I think, yeah, in the OCG. RIP Dryden.
Got hit again.
Yeah, and the Tiger Mortar, and then lastly the Divine Arsenal. My guy, Zeus is a busted card. Honestly, even if this card were to get hit to one, I don't care. I'm telling you, man. There are a lot of cards there are a lot of decks that are just plowing through the meta, and it's like, Zeus is the answer sometimes. It just gets rid of everything, and the fact that you can do it more than once, based on how much material you have on it, it's just cool. It's just really good. That's enough for the extra deck. For my side deck, I played 2 Artifact Lancia. That's all I have room for. Don't judge me. But yeah, the 2 Lancia, super clutch against Dinos, super clutch against the mirror match. The 2 Droll. Droll definitely, again, don't judge me, guys. This is my lineup. But yeah, the 2 is just fine for me. I really, and if you want to get down to nitty gritty, it's just that there's certain cards in my deck that I need to have in hand, and it's like, I could risk just having to hard draw this, even if I only have 2. I mean, but I don't want to have 2. I don't want to have 2 more than one in my hand. You know what I mean? I want to decrease the odds of having more than one of the same hand trap or stuff like that. So yeah, the 2 of those, the 2 Nibiru, against special summon heavy decks, and including the mirror match. Then I played the 3 Twin Twister. There's a lot of back row heavy decks in this meta, so Twin Twister has saved my ass a lot of times. Dark Ruler No More for the annoying you know, what is it? Omni negate boards, you know, definitely dinos and decks like that. Hopefully Misk get hit. Either Misk or Lost Word, one of the two. And then lastly is the other monkey flip of the deck, Anti-Spell Fragrance. Anti-Spell Fragrance is one of those cards that just, yeah, it just tells your player that you can't play. Like, you have to like take pauses between your plays. You have to, it's just annoying. It's an annoying card to deal with. And it's another card that doesn't interact. I mean, it doesn't disrupt my gameplay. It's just so good because even if I draw another Tenki, or if I draw, you know, the pot, I just set it and activate it the next turn. I mean, it's whatever. So, you know, it's just, this deck can grind, and then this definitely helps it. So that's the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any comments or anything like that, feel free to, you know, to comment and subscribe, give your opinion. But yeah, oh, and then lastly, I do want to mention, I wanted to make this deck profile because I told myself that I would try not to make a deck profile or to put it on the channel unless I topped at a local. And last week I did, and I was very, very proud. The team was very proud. And then shout out to my boy out there, Christian. You know, he was kind enough to do me solid. So yeah, guys, y'all guys subscribe. I hope y'all enjoy the upcoming content. We're coming up with fire decks. So yeah, guys, y'all enjoy. This is Elite Savage, Charlie out.
Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I just wanted to say that I recently made a Facebook group and it's called YuGiOh Elite Savage, and you guys can look us up, or you guys can just click the link down below to join. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once you guys subscribe, hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified about all the great videos that I upload. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.